Hi everybody, on today's video I have for you a free budget template for those of you that are ready to start tracking expenses and need a place to do it. In a previous video I talked about 5 different ways to budget. For this one now, regardless of the type that you have picked to just start and track your expenses, this is a Google Sheet that is a template that you can make a copy of and use it however you'd like. So let's take a look and we'll get going. Over here on the Google Sheet of Phil's Finance Budget template, you go ahead and make a copy, and as soon as you open it up, you'll see I've got different rows and columns all set up and color-coded for you. So on the very first one here, bills and expenses, I have some sample bills that are most common. This will be helpful if you're not sure where to start, if you've never tracked your expenses before. Feel free to go through, delete these, change them. I've added some down here. You can always right click and add a row below if you'd like. And that's your list right there. You can also do some creative things. You can change it so it's alphabetical order. So as you scan down later on, you know that if it's for streaming services, you know that it's down here alphabetically under S. So if you want to do that, you can just click right here and you can sort it from A to Z. Or you could just leave it the way it is and have your more expensive bills on the top. Next would be due. So this is usually the date. If you have things that are the same day each month they are due, I will plug it in right there. Some things like car insurance or maybe taxes for a car or for a home are due once a year, or twice a year, or quarterly. So you could put the date on the next time one is due right here. Then this third one right here in the light yellow, this is what you've actually spent. The next row, the first green one here, is monthly estimate. All right, so this is my estimate, and these aren't going to be very accurate if you've never done this before. You can just estimate. That's why it says estimate, so don't worry. You might put in here that you think your groceries are going to be $575 for 2 people or a family of 3 or 4. And you might be surprised to find out, depending on where you shop, it could be a lot more. So the last one here is the percent sent. So I have this set up so it's conditional formatting. Sounds fancy. All that means is if I am at 100% or under, this stays green. If I am over 100%, this turns red, just to let you know, hey, my monthly estimate for car maintenance was 100. This month we had a light repair and it was a bit more, and so I am over. If I were under, if this were $50, this would now be green at 50%. If it was, let's say it's $150, then here we go. Now I'm at 150%. The thing to be mindful of is not to stress too much, because you are going to, some months you're going to be way over and way under, as long as you track this. And the longer you track this, the more accurate it will be. At the very least, if you do this for 1 month, it will be really helpful for you to set it up and set you up for success going forward. If we scroll down to the very bottom, now I have the total of what I've spent so far this month, my estimate on what I would spend, and my percentage of the total budget that I estimated I would spend. And if I put some figures in here, okay, $50, $50, $120, notice I'm over on that one, whatever that would be, $300. So here I am. All right, so far this month, if I'm partway through, I am at 43.94% of what I estimate I would spend each month. Some months at the end of the month, I know if we have house taxes due or we're planning a trip, we will be way above and we'll be 140%. That's okay, because other months it works out and we will be under and maybe we'll be at 70%. The longer you track, the better that will be. And then you'll see at the end of the year, that'll give you a great way to gauge how much you really spend in each of these. Once I have some figures in here now and the month is over, I can go through. Here's what I spent. Here's what I estimated. I am under. And it shows my remaining money for the month. Now, geez, going forward, maybe I can go ahead and I could, without an issue, automatically save or invest a portion of this $2,530 because I see that I've got extra money left over. So the best way to Invest is to make it automatic so it's set up. Okay, so now I've gone through and I filled this out with some sample spending for the month. You'll notice that some of these are in the red, I've spent over, some of these are in the green, the majority are, and even some of these are zero. Oh, I guess I wasn't feeling too philanthropic, I didn't donate anything this month. Or down here, well, my homeowner's insurance is only due once a year or every 6 months. So you're going to be under a lot of months, and then once or twice a year, you're going to be way over. Same thing with house taxes, life insurance, any of those. And so it comes down here. Here's the total of what I spent. Here's what I estimated. And here's the percent. So now after your very first month, you can go through and take a look and see how accurate was I in my estimate. If I look over here for groceries, okay, so I wasn't too bad. I was a little bit over on groceries, but if it ended up that you spent $6.75 and you're already being careful and you're shopping at Aldi or you're buying at a bulk store like a Costco or BJ's and you're really taking it easy, not buying anything exotic, well, you may need to go through and change what you estimate. So you can do that by just writing here. If I know, okay, I'm going to usually spend more like $650 or $700 for my family of 3 or 4. Then you can make that change right here. And going forward, this will be more accurate for you. Now that your month is over and everything is set, here's where it gets good. So you can go down here where it says sample month. You just click down here if you want to rename this. I'm going to call this June 2024. So now that I have this all set up, before I change anything, now it's the next month, it's July. So to have all this the next time, you are going to click right down here and you're going to click duplicate. So now that I have duplicated, it comes over here, copy of June 2024. Now, I like my more current or more recent months to be all the way to the left. So I'm going to click and drag this to the left. That's just the way I like to do it. Now, this is identical as to what you had the month before. We'll scroll up to the top, show you it's exactly the same thing. This is now going to be July. So I'm going to click right here and rename, and I'm going to call this July 2024. So now I've already kept track from the month before. And I know that my budget is right about here. Maybe I realize, you know what? This needs to be higher. On average, maybe I spend more like 80. Vacation, that wasn't realistic. Really, this needs to be 250, right? And then the easiest way to erase is just click and drag down here in the light yellow. And I'm going to click backspace or delete. And so now it's gone through because it's a brand new month. It's about to be July 1st. I would also have updated and hopefully you've paid your bills for the previous month. So we'll say that that is now due July 1st. Whenever I make a payment, I update the due date over here as well. So you've got a brand new month and now you've got some history to look back on and you see how you did. Then you can keep comparing. You can go back month over month and you'll start to get better and more accurate with this. So I hope that was helpful. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.